Hello guys, welcome to QA Studio. In this tutorial series, we will see the REST assured API testing. In the previous video, we have created our first test cases for the GET request. Now we have to create the another test cases which support the BDD. BDD, that is behavior driven development. So first we will write the added test annotation. In this we will create one method, that is public void. This will be our second test cases. So we write test case 02 and this will be our the first second test case method. Here we have to write rest assured dot base URL. So we will copy our base URL from our site. This will be our URL, that is reqres.in. Here we have to create another GET request and we will select this. This will be our request body and this will be our response. As we hit this request body, we will get this base URL and this will be our base URL. So we copy here. Now we have to use the Gherkin keyword like given, when, then. So rest assured dot given. Given means here we have to provide the all input details like base URL, header, path parameter, query parameter and the request body. In our base URL there will be the query parameter. So here we write our query parameter. After question mark there will be our query parameter path. So our query parameters key is a page. This is our query parameter path. Now we have to write when. In when we write action. Action means we have to specify the resource HTTP request method like post, get, put, patch. Here we use get request, so we write when dot get. If we have to use the post or put, then we will write here when dot put, when dot patch. Here we are using get request, so we have write when dot get dot then. Now we have to write the then. In then we validate the response code, response time, response message. Means then means our result, our outcome. So our status code is, means we have to write here status code. Our status code will be the 200. So here we write 200. And this will be our second test cases. We run and check the result. See our both test cases, sorry, we have run the second test cases and our test cases is a passed. If we write here 201, we will see the result whether it is pass or not. The test cases is failed. Expected status code is 201 but was a 200. Okay. In this way we create the test script in the BDD format. I hope you guys you understand. Now we have to send the post request over this URL. So we will get one post request from this URL. Okay, this is our request body and response body. This is our domain name and this is our endpoint. After hitting this endpoint, we will get a complete URL and we will copy this URL. Okay. In the request body, we saw this information. Okay, let me check. No, no, no. We have to set a post request now. Yes. This is our parameter. It's a parameter key and its value. देखो and all the data is a in the JSON format information. So we say that it is a JSON information and these are the parameter and its value. So first we create the JSON object. JSON obj equal to new JSON object and we have to create our data in the JSON object. For that we will write json.put and our parameter name is name equal to Khushi. This is our first data in the JSON object. Also we'll create another put like job. Job is QA. This is our second data. Now we have to create the post request. So we will write rest assured dot base URI and the base URI is we copy it from the browser. This is our base URI. Then we will use the rest assured dot given. As you know, in the given we have a header and the JSON data. So given dot header have a key value pair. Let me copy this header. Now we have to write content type. Content type means we are using here content type dot JSON. We are using JSON format, so we write here JSON dot body. Here we have to write header. content type dot json, then dot body. What is happen here? In body, we have to put the JSON data. So JSON object dot to JSON string dot when. In when we have write action. So when dot post. We have to send a post request. So we are writing here post. Then in the then we get a result, and the result means we have to validate the status code. Status code should be 201 because in response body see in the response body the status code will be the 201, so it should be 201. So we will run this and see the result and see our test cases is pass. If we have to log the all information on our console, then there will be the one method like log, and we have to print the all information on console. So we use the log dot all method and see the execution. See here 201 created. The content type is here. Content length also mentioned. This is our data which we have created on the server. Means new data will be created on the server and our ID is a 15. In this way our test cases is a pass. In this we have sent a post request. For the post request we have created a JSON object with the help of JSON object JSON obj equal to new JSON and put our data here. Then rest-assured.base URI, here we pass the URI on which we have to post the data. So we have write this URL here. Then we use the Gherkin keyword like given, when, then. So we use rest-assured.given. These are the header information. Header has a key value pair. This content type is a queue and its value is application.json. Our content type is a JSON as we use the JSON data. In the body, we have passed the JSON data which we have created earlier. Then we use when. In the whens, we put our actions. So we have to post the data. That's why here we write the post method. Then in then section, we have to validate our response code, and our response code is the 201. So we have write here status code 201, and for all the informations we get from the server, we have to log it on our console. That's why we have write here log all, and once again we see, and our test cases is a pass. Now we will use the put request. On the successful executions of this post request, we get a particular ID for that the request. The ID will be the 163. Now for this ID we have to change the information with the help of put method. For that we create another class and we'll give the name test put, or the information will be same as it is like post. No, let me check. Yeah, except this. Here we have to change the name. We will save is Pratik, and also we will change the job profile, that is manager. So for this put method, our code will be the same as like the post request. Only we have to change here our parameter value. So in this post request, our name will be the Kushi and job will be the QA. Here our name will be the Pratik and the job teacher. And in the base URI, when we execute this post request, we get the ID 908. For that ID, our information will be the name for the Kushi and the job is a QA. So here we write this ID. Now we have to change the name of that parameter using request put. So that's why here we have used the put request. And the remaining code is same as the post request. So we'll execute it and see the result whether our test cases is failed or pass. And our test cases is a passed. See our request is our parameter value is change name teacher, and the third parameter will be the means update. Updation is happen. Now we will create a one the delete request. So for that we will create one class test delete, and create our first test method at the rate test annotation public void 05, and we will write here our test script, that is rest assured dot base URI, and the base URI will be copy from the put request. This will our base URI. We have to delete this request, that's why we are using this URI. Then rest assured dot given, then we will write here, then in this our result means we have to validate our status code, and status code should be 204 for the delete. Then we will log all informations on the console, that's we are writing here, and we'll execute these test cases and see the result whether it is pass or fail. As we saw, our test cases is a pass. In this way we created get request, put request. Also we have created the post request test cases, and the lastly we have created the delete test cases. In this we have performed the HTTP request for the API testing. I hope you all understand. Thank you.